Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on my wife's 2010 Prius behind me, and I'm going to be changing out the brake fluid. I'm going to be flushing it out. I have not had to change any components or anything, so we're just changing the fluid, and I'm going to show you how easy this can be. A lot of people get intimidated because it's a hybrid and some of the things you have to do, but you don't have to be worried about it, but there are a few precautions that you have to take beforehand. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that the car's off, first of all. Second, put the keys away, put them in the house, put them in another room. I actually have them in an RFID pouch, so there's no way they can transmit to the car. And the third thing you want to do is never, ever open one of the doors while you're doing this, because if you've got a bleeder screw open and you open the door and the pump starts, you're screwed. So don't do that. So just make sure, and if you're doing it by yourself, then you're going to be okay. So let me kind of show you where I am and what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. I have the car up on my quick jacks already because I want to be able to take the wheels and tires off and just do them all bang, bang, bang. So the first thing though, I want to give a little context to this. So this is a 2010 Prius. We bought it brand new in early 2011. And so it's over 15 years old. I've never changed the brake fluid in this. It is still the OEM fluid. It's got 175,000 miles on it. Some of you will be thinking, oh my God, that's terrible. You're supposed to change it every 2 to 3 years. Well, that's why I have one of these. So this is a brake fluid tester right here. It's a great little machine. So this is it. It's small. And I'll show you how to do this. So I've tested it many times over the years, and the fluid's always been good. So pull these two little tabs right here. You want to pull this so that it gets around this little hook right here. You don't want to tear it. And then just kind of fold it back out of the way. And then here is our brake fluid cap there. Remove that. Then we'll take our tester. Let's go ahead and turn it on. It will default to .3. It reads, it will test for 3, 4, 5. And let me switch hands here. So I've got it on .3 because that's what the manufacturer puts in. So you set it in there for 3 seconds. So you can see it reads, it's green. It'll be green, yellow, or red. So green is okay. It's at 1.6% water because brake fluid is hydroscopic and it will go ahead and absorb water. Now, I want you to think about this because I live in Washington State where it rains all the time, but her car is in the garage unless it's being used. So that's kind of crazy. 15 years old. I would not have to change the fluid right now, but I'm going to. So because at 15 years old, I'm just going to feel better if I change it out. The color looks okay, but you can't go by color. So we're going to change this out, and let me get my other stuff and I'll show you how we do that. I have a couple different kits that I use. This is the one I use the most because I use my air compressor with it, and it's just quick and efficient. And it comes with a container that automatically refills your brake fluid here because you never want that to go low and get air because then you got to start all over. I also have a Mighty Vac, which is a very well-known one. These are fantastic also. This is a hand-operated one, but it works very well too. And I will link both of these brands. This one was from Harbor Freight, And this one I picked up on Amazon. So this is the bottle with brake fluid. I actually didn't even realize I put it back in there and I forgot to empty it out last time. So just out of curiosity, I'm going to pour some of this in here. I need to empty this out anyway. Do not ever reuse old fluid. If it's not sealed up, it will absorb moisture. This has been in the garage, so it's not like it's been outside or anything, but I'm curious to see. And this is dot 5.1. Okay, it's still really low. It's still relatively new. It's a few months old, so okay, this is not absorbed a whole lot, 0.2, because it's been in the garage. So, but this is the fluid that I used when I redid the brakes on my GR Corolla, because I put new brake lines on, stainless steel lines, and when I did the pads, so I had to go ahead and change the fluid out and flush it out. So, but this bottle right here sits on top of there, so it's always feeding it in a gravity feed. And then I have the bottle here, and I'll show you how all this hooks up. If you guys appreciate and like this kind of content, please let me know. Any questions, please let me know anywhere along the video. I try to answer everybody's questions, so please keep that in mind. And I sure would appreciate it if you do, liking, subscribing if you don't already subscribe, and please comment and share it. And I know a lot of Prius owners out there will appreciate this. So the first thing that you need to do is you want to get whatever you can out of the brake reservoir. So I just have a simple turkey baster. If I'm using the Mighty Vac 1, I can use that as a vacuum and pull this out also, which is real easy. But this is not hard. I just have an old jar, and I keep fluid that I pulled out of these in that. And don't get the brake fluid on any paint. If you do, just try to get that wiped up pretty quick. Don't let it sit there. This will prevent you from having to push or pull all of this old brake fluid through the hoses, because then what I'll do is I'll fill it with new fluid. So this will be a little harder to tell because the color is really hasn't changed much at all. I'm amazed for the number of miles that this has on it, that it looks and tests like it does. So that's about as much as I'm going to get out of there. After pulling the extra old fluid out of the reservoir, I filled it up, and then I poured some in this, and this will feed down into here automatically. There's a little, it comes with different size stands kind of, and those, you can see them right there, they kind of rest on the ridges inside. So find the one that fits your car best, and then once you turn this upside down, you rotate this 90 degrees so it's pointed down, and you'll hear it, and it allows the fluid to automatically fill as it drops down. So that is set up and ready to go now. I zipped off the wheels real quick, so they're all off. Now we can come around the side here and get set up. I have my air hose here, because remember, this one uses a compressor, and then it attaches right to there, and this hose right there attaches to your bleeder valve, your bleeder bolt there. All right, I've got everything set up. I've got the air hose connected. The first thing I need to do is remove the cover over the brake bleeder screw. And boy, this is a nice beefy one. Look at that. So a lot of times they're real little. Now these come, most bleeder screws on Toyotas are either 10s or 8s. So I grabbed both wrenches because I've never had it off on this, and this is a 10. So what we want to do is you want to crack it. And okay, and you see it dripping? That's what you want. You want to see it dripping, and then put this onto it. And now I can go ahead and pull it through. My compressor is going to create the vacuum, and all I got to do is pull the trigger here, and it will start to come through here. I'll go ahead and stop that for a second, and then pop this off. Like I said, I want to see it dripping like that, like it is. And then go ahead and tighten it back up. There we go. And that one is done. So let me get some brake cleaner. And I already inspected this brake, the pads on it, and they were at about 50%. Pretty amazing at 175,000 miles. That's the beauty of regenerative braking. So I just sprayed everything down really good with brake fluid just to clean it up. And then take your cap and just push that back on it. And this is set. So this is the process that you do for every wheel. So every wheel is the same. You do not have to use the pump or anything in the Prius as long as you keep everything off and never open a door. You can bleed them just like normal. So you do the right rear, right front, left front. That's the traditional order. I still do it that way, even though some people say it really doesn't matter, but I still do the farthest from the driver. So I'm going to go ahead and continue. I'll do the left, like I said, left rear, right front, left front. I'm not going to record every one of those because it's exactly the same as this on the rear. But I'll show you the front because the front brake is a little different. But I'm going to do the left rear real quick. So I just did the left rear. Now we'll move to the right front. So this is more traditional, but here's our cap right up front here. So just work that off. Remember, this hasn't been off in 15 plus years since they built the car. Actually, still fairly pliable. Go ahead and, oh, interesting. The front ones are 8s. Let me get my 8mm since I just put it away. So the rears are 10s, the fronts are 8s. Good to know. Break that one loose real quick. A couple turns and then, okay, so it's dripping. So that's good. I'll stick this over it. There we go. And pull the handle. So, I go here. It's dripping, so that's good. And snug it back up. And just like that, the front right one is done. So go ahead and spray this down a little bit. All right. Then last but not least, we put the cap back on. Well, that is it, guys. That's how easy it is to bleed brakes. So it's not difficult. You don't need to be intimidated by it. And once you do it 1 or 2 times, you'll realize how simple it really is. So I'm going to go ahead and do the left front one real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. I just finished the left front. All 4 lines are bled. So now what you need to do is take this out, and when you pull it out, just rotate this little lever there 90 degrees, and no more will spill out. So normally I empty this out, but I need to do this on my Scion XB also. So if I do it in the very near future, in the next few days, it'll be fine to have that and the container. You just don't want to leave it on the shelf for 2 years and then go back and try to use it. So Okay, and then this goes back on. Make sure that's nice and firm. And since I filled it up to the full line, that kept it full, and I don't have to do anything. If you overfill it, you can go ahead and remove some, either with the syringe or whatever. So whichever way you originally got the fluid out. Then put this in the little tabs in the back, press down, and then kind of take this and stretch it over, and then it hooks onto that. And that's it. You're all done. So not super difficult to do at all. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and it will help some of you do your brakes and not be intimidated by it. So thank you for coming along today, guys. Hopefully this is helpful for others that want to do this or need to do this and realize that it's not as difficult or scary as you might have thought. The key is, again, make sure the car's off, make sure the doors are shut, and make sure the keys are far away, and do not open the doors while you're processing this and going through this process. So, but I appreciate all the support. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment, and tap the bell so that you see all of my future videos. And until next time, guys, I'll see you down the road.